And sparks will fly this afternoon in the BKT United Rugby Championship. We've saved the best for last to close out the weekend. Glasgow Warriors versus the DHL Stormers. And we are underway. And the first safe kick hammered away. Well, and Bob Skinsat and Ryan Wilson alongside me. You know, when the four South African franchises came in, these really are the games that were the ones that were put in, the players to come in to really whet the appetite of supporters.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a general feeling of excitement, and I know that, you know, loads of fans are in here tonight, but they want to see these teams and they want to see the tries that I know they're going to bring.
Well, they're going to see physical, combative moments like that from Sione Vailanu. And the Tongan open side for the Glasgow Warriors, who has come into some hugely impressive form. Now Lewis Bean, the new second row partnership with JP Dupree. Now Hugh Jones, former Stormer, Tui Pelotu, and now Kyle Stain. The skipper was a try scorer at BT Murrayfield last week. Now George Turner. As Glasgow Warriors start with an intensity. Lucio Sordoni, the Argentine. Now Vailanu again. George Horn to Dupree, and Sordoni once again the flowing locks of the Argentine tight head. This is Bean. Now Batty. Turner goes into play scrum half, and Jack Dempsey, who was a try scorer, opened the scoring when these two teams met in Newlands at the end of last season. The knock-on comes from Vailanu, but a typically ferocious start there.
Yeah, exciting start there by Glasgow, and you expected it. Back at home in front of our fans, there's an excitement about the stadium, and the boys look really up for it, don't they? Okay, let's go. They're just unlucky there with Vailanu just knocking that one on, but you see what he's trying to do there. He knows that he picks that ball up there, sucks a few more defenders in, and that's the sort of gameplay we want, because we'll go wide after that with the likes of Hugh Jones out there and Sione. So good start by the boys.
Quickly, please. Left to the mark. No, there's some. No.
I'll say another reason, you know, having these South African teams in here as well, Bobby, is the boys absolutely love travelling over to South Africa. You can get over there and get a suntan, but also explore the world. You know, the likes of some of the guys I speak to in the Premiership, you jump on a bus and you're 4 hours up the road every weekend, whereas here you get to travel and get across the world. So that's a big positive as well.
You're so right. It takes the monotony away from it, and you know, the South Africans love hosting the teams as well. I know the guys have gone out there and enjoyed their trips. This is a difficult assignment coming up north, but one that the young players are all enjoying immensely.
First scrum, pretty solid. It's there for Paul de Vet. Carry comes in from Damien Willemse, first receiver. The charge comes from Engelbrecht. De Vet to Kitsoff, the 70-time capped Springbok. It's Engelbrecht once again helping it on. Now the backs, spearheaded by Mani Lebok, but down it goes from number 8. Achieva Daimani.
Similar starts from both teams. Good carries, good momentum, good work, and just a little mistake creeping in. You know, I know from the Stormers side, maybe the cold, etc., but they've been out there warming up. I saw the skill level that's right up there. They'll want to really just tighten up. Any small mistakes could be the difference in a really tightly contested game.
You see George Turner there. We talk about so many tackles for Glasgow being high and slowing the ball down, but he's definitely got that tackle technique of just taking people's legs away from him. And we saw that last week when he came on against Edinburgh. He was outstanding in the defence. So look out for him today. He's chomping at the bit with Fraser Brown playing so well at the moment, and the likes of Johnny Matthews as well. He'll be wanting to put on a real show.
Yeah, 97% tackle success rate for George Turner. He's only missed one of his 32 attempts this season.
Mark, quick reset. Same mark, quick reset. Yeah, make sure you keep your break foot on until set, please. Let's go. Go back. Quick reset, let's go. Better binds, please, better height.
Up against his opposite number, Joseph De Weber.
Crouch.
Ryan, I'll ask you quickly though, scrumming on the 4G, the difference?
Bind.
Very different. Obviously, you don't get the same grip. You've got to work the studs into the ground because it's rubber crumb. So you'd hope it would favour Glasgow. The Glasgow scrum not been doing great this season. I know that the stats will show that as well. But we look to have the upper hand definitely on our own turf.
Well, Sebastian Cancellieri initially did very well,
just touch when
but then
when
just dipping a toe in touch. Tom Jordan's pass is a little astray.
I talked him up too much in the pre-match. Knew I shouldn't have done that.
He was amazing in the match against the Bulls. He's got a real flippin' ability to finish, though. Even from difficult situations, you know, he's got that turn of speed, and I think that 4G underfoot helps him a lot as well.
Dixon claiming the line out, and here goes Willemse. Such a dangerous runner. He's got the offload as well to Duplessis. The Stormers unleash their first attack now. Manny Lebok. And he's got a runner here. Stain covers the danger with Hartzenberg bearing down on him, and hauled into the touch is the Glasgow captain, and that shows just how dangerous this Stormers side can be when they click.
Yeah, Stormers just baring their teeth a little bit and started with a step and run from Willemse. Lovely little one-handed offload on the inside. Very smart to go inside because he was running out of support on the outside. Manny Lebok has got a ball on a string, and he just gets in where Carl Stain gets caught ball and all. Great work from the outside backs. The two wingers combining there to drive them out, give the Stormers an attacking lineup, 5 yards out.
10.
What an opportunity from 6 yards out. 11 maul tries for the Stormers so far this season, more than anyone else. But Devet is looking to go digging because the man has been dragged into touch. Really well defended by the Warriors, who have gone quickly as well. Hammered down, and the bounce of the ball since Halzenberg all the way back almost to his own 22. Tackle coming in from Jordan and Horn. This time it's Dixon, the second row. Fouchier. Devet. Stain comes and takes. Demani with the tackle. Bean just has to stretch below his kneecaps. Tuipulotu. Jordan. Good hands from the Warriors to get the ball out to Cancellieri, who's been deadly this season. What a ball back to Hugh Jones. It must be the first score. It's a wonderful try. And it is their Argentine gem, Sebastian Cancellieri. What a try. It's a game that we expect him to light up with the quality of these exciting backs. And the Glasgow Warriors are first to strike.
Well, I thought he'd given this too early there, and he probably did, to be fair. Just needs to pump that ball, but what a release of pressure. They're on their own 5 metre. A line out to the Stormers, and they've turned that around and gone the length.
Unbelievable stuff, and Hugh Jones did really well too. You're right, it looked like he'd given it too early, but he probably transferred the pressure away because he might have been running to dive it in the corner. Cancellieri, you said you talked him up and it had given him a hard time. I don't think so. He obviously heard you because he's back into that scintillating try-scoring form. Outstanding. But you're 100% right. That entire try was made by a very quick line out, got out of town, 60 metres upfield, and created a pressure situation back on the Stormers where they only had 3 or 4 players back and were scrambling to actually look after their own ball.
So George Horn has had a very good season so far from the kicking tee, ticking along at 89%. 71 points so far in the URC. Tricky one from that right-hand touchline, and it drifts across the post, so it's just the 5-pointer to start things off here between the Glasgow Warriors and the Stormers, and what a way to kick it all off.
A lovely deceptive ball around the back as well. Hugh Jones, just acceleration of pace, and it was Lubbock who was caught just clutching at ghosts there. Ball was gone before he could even make a decision on the tackle.
Well, Sebastian Cancellieri is second for line breaks, first for defenders beaten in the URC this season. He's just added a few more numbers to those stats.
Glasgow just need to back this up now and exit cleanly. This is the big thing we'll focus on. Big JP de Vrij under that high ball there. He's done really well.
Big day for Dupree. First URC start for him.
One stop.
Move from Sale Sharks over the summer. And there's Horn. Blomakis can't claim the knock on. Finds its way back to Sordoni. And now here goes Ollie Smith. Dupree at Tuipulotu. Sordoni again. Seen plenty of the ball early on.
And
he's forced his way into that number 3 shirt with Xander Fagerson out injured.
Take him back.
Now George Horn again with the kick from the base. Blomakis does claim it, and he was caught by Kyle Stain.
Leave him. Okay,
just a penalty. Paul de Vet goes quickly, looking to catch the Warriors unawares.
Yeah.
This is what we want to see, though. Quick rugby, quick taps. Not yellow cards, obviously, but, you know, things like that. Quick line-up we took back on our 5 metre. Looking at Stomers, looking to go quick. That's exactly what we want in this game and what we expected.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately for Kyle Stain there, and I know he genuinely didn't mean that. I think he had his hands out to try and catch the ball, but he's caught Blomakis, and the rule states you can't be playing that player in the sky. So the referee, almost as an afterthought, went to his pocket for the yellow card.
Well, the yellow card has gone to Lewis Bean.
Was that for preventing the quick tap, perhaps?
Yeah.
Because I saw the referee running over to check on Blomakis, and then the card came out. I was assuming it was on Kyle Stain. Okay, so Lewis Bean perhaps was in that fracas around the quick tap and was trying to stop the play.
10.
Well, Paul de Vet's quick thinking has forced that, and now the Stormers will try again from relatively short range. Here comes the maul.
Entry, advantage.
It's going to be very difficult to stop. Advantage is coming. Kitsoff beats the first tackle. Yeah, and then through on de Vet. There is the penalty awarded.
Just wait, I'll give you the
You'd
mark.
expect them to go again to the corner with a second row down. They know they've got the upper hand here. A lot harder to defend without that big second row in there, and they'll look to take the middle of the line out, which is a lot easier place to drive from. You saw them at the beginning take the front, and that's probably just to test Glasgow's defence, see what they're doing, but you'd expect them to try and go middle again. They get a better setup from that.
Gone ahead, and you've
that early front ball, you're right, Glasgow had their number.
10 metres.
Pushed them out, called here's the middle ball. Called.
In from Dweba, taken by Ori, and here comes the maul. Desperate defence here for Glasgow, and peeling off goes Dweba, and Joseph Dweba hits back for the Stormers.
Incredibly powerful from close range, Joseph Dweba. He scored a couple of tries like that. He was given a really hard time for his line-out throwing accuracy early in the season, and he's really turned that around. But as a physical specimen from 3 or 4 metres away defending your line, you don't want that running at you.
Well, especially when you're George Horn and you're only 60 kilos. Sometimes you do look at these and think you swap your winger in there, but I mean, he had Kyle Stain to help him, but once he was rolling, he was over, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Joseph Dweba, who scored twice against the Glasgow Warriors for the Cheetahs 3 years ago, levels things up and gives Manny Lebock the opportunity to put the Stormers in front.
I've got a feeling already this is going to be a bit of a to and fro game, isn't it? It's going to be one of those games, you score, we score, which is what the fans want. which is what the fans want. Franco and Pete Murchie won't want it. They haven't tried scored against us, but we've just got to weather this yellow card now.
So Manu Lebot taking all the time allowed. And a clean strike with the right boot from the Springbok. And the URC's top scorer moves on to 103 points for the season.
Stomers by number 10, Manu Lebot. Score now, Glasgow Warriors 5, DHL Stormers 7.
Glasgow being in no rush here. Obviously with the yellow card, you try and waste as much time as possible, so walking it back up, put this one nice and deep and try and get the Stormers to exit so we have something to attack off.
Jordan does that, does find the hands of Damien Willemse, fends off a couple of black jerseys.
Take him back.
Devet takes it back into his 22, but it is taken on the far side.
Okay.
It is Glasgow's ball with knock-on advantage, and now going forward at a rate of knots is Sebastian Cancellieri. The 14 men with a bit of ball. Sione Vailanu. Now George Horn finds Jamie Batty. Matt Fagerson. Out to Cancellieri again.
Stay.
Batty flips it inside to Dupriya. Now Dempsey through a hole, almost. Desperate tackle, Jordan claims it offside, but Glasgow goal. It's Hugh Jones, it's Kyle Steyn, and the 14 men of the Glasgow Warriors perform the dual wing attack, and this time it's Kyle Steyn who goes in on the left-hand side. Another scintillating score to get the fans off their feet at Scotstoun Stadium.
Great little shift there. Jamie Batty just takes the ball inside, gets chased with the brim. You look at this, Jack Dempsey's fight. Great clears by the Glasgow players. There's no hesitation there. And sometimes that ball, when it bounces on the floor, just puts the defenders off. But Hugh Jones just drawing the player and putting Steno away there. That's an outstanding try. And especially with the yellow card, again, a way to relieve pressure. If you can score tries and have the ball whilst you've got the yellow card, you're eating the clock up. And I'm sure George Horn will take as long as he possibly can here. Before he gets the sand wedge out. We know it doesn't have much distance, this kick, so it's got to be accurate this time.
Yeah, lovely riposte there from Glasgow, but I felt that the Stormers were a little bit fragmented in their defence, that they needed to be, you know, up in a single line. They gave the opportunities, also the driving, more hard work from Cancellieri and the guys getting over, getting the momentum and allowing them onto the front foot.
So George Horn unsuccessful with his first attempt. This time we'll look to draw it back round. He misses by a whisker. Glasgow Warriors back in the lead, but it's just a 3-point game.
He'll be frustrated with that. He's been so accurate off the tee, George Horn. It's one of his definite qualities, especially within that range. He won't mind me saying it. He knows he's got a sandwich in the bag and there's no 5-iron anywhere near that.
So Kyle Steyn over in successive games. Lebok with the restart, targeting Hugh Jones, who hangs on well.
Use it, 9.
Horn encouraged to get on with things. Dupriya, strong carry from him. And now Horn puts boot to ball. Draws Lebok forward.
Yeah. Stop, 2.
Blomekis.
2.
He's got plenty height on it.
Okay, into his own player.
Collision between Cancellieri and Jordan
Into his own
will
player.
lead to the scrum.
Thanks, Mark. We're going accidental, fellas. We're going accidental scrum, blue.
Yeah, accidental knock-on was a call there.
Well, delighted to say that Glasgow assistant coach Pete Horn joins us now. And Pete, we've made sure we've got you the best mic in the house this week. It has been possibly exactly what we thought, a really fast start to this game. What have you made of it?
It's been a great start, yeah. I think in terms of our attack, we knew they were bringing a lot of line speed. They were going to try and shut us down and stop us playing. But if we could hold on to the ball for 3 or 4 phases, you know, we put them under a bit of pressure. And thankfully that's told. You know, we've been clinical as well. We've only had a couple of half chances and the boys have taken them. So it's been great. We're in a good place.
Orny, your old mate Ryan Wilson here, just up in the box. It's good to see they've given you that mic that's working this week, buddy. But just from me, how important is it? I know that we've spoken about the stats. Glasgow, the only team under 3-second ruck speed in the URC. How important is it that we get that again today with the boys?
It's massively important. Like we said, the line speed they're trying to bring, it doesn't give them time to reset and get off the line time and time again. If we can keep the ruck speed up, our attack should hopefully run amok. So, yeah, fingers crossed, more of the same.
Well, Pete, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
That's it, guys. Time back on.
Pete Horn's been outstanding this season. He's a great coach, most positive coach I've ever seen in my life. He's out there, he gives so much energy to the boys, but he's a big reason that we have such good attack at the moment. I know Nigel Carolan is doing such great work, but we play off quick ball, and that's down to Pete Horn, the work he puts in week out. He's been outstanding.
Stalwart of this Glasgow Warriors side for so many years. Pete Horn now looking on as his younger brother George makes the tackle on Paul de Vet. It does come to Dan Duplessis.
Tackle.
Now kits off. George Turner comes in with an aggressive hit.
And use it.
De Vet. Cancellieri comes across, takes it, and now turns defence into attack. Can't quite get away from the little scrum half, Paul de Vet, who stretched with all his might to ensure that the Argentine winger could do no further damage.
Well, we spoke about it earlier on, and we said that the Stormers aren't afraid to kick the ball, and they've done a lot of that. Do you not think with a yellow card for Glasgow they would have a bit more of a crack?
Absolutely. I was going to mention something else, but completely related, is that when the Stormers readied themselves for that kick, it didn't look like anyone in the backline could have received that at, you know, in an attacking position. And I was trying to say that, you know, you at least want them to think you might run it if you're going to kick. Otherwise, everybody's back and ready to counter-attack.
Well, the replay just previously going through there of why the yellow card was given to Lewis Bean.
Tackle! Release! Okay, let it come.
Now to the short side. And here goes Furi. De Vet to Fushia.
4 out!
Demani with advantage here for the Stormers. Lebok. And again, he's got Hartzenberg looking for the corner. It's well defended by the Warriors, but we'll go back for the penalty.
Really well covered there by Carl Stein. He had to test that one earlier on. He dealt well with it there, and he's done it brilliantly again. But again, you can see that these attacking kicks are probably part of the reason that we see that stat. They do kick a lot, but that's a dangerous kicking behind there. That's hard to deal with.
It's almost rugby league style, where the kick is just as effective as the pass. You know, you create the extra space, because if the outside...
Well, that's incredible.
Well, that's a terrible kick if we're talking about kicking. It just slid off the outside of the boot, and he's basically given it straight back to Glasgow. Moni Lebok will be furious with himself about making that mistake.
Yeah, he's on.
Doesn't often do it. You watch him kick out a hand, kicking from right to left, he kicks with his right foot. Kicking from left to right, he kicks with his left. Yeah, he's ambidextrous. I don't know what the foot version of ambidextrous is.
I kick just as good off both feet and crap off both feet.
Well, such a talented player, Mani Lebok. He will be frustrated by that. But he'll be back for more, no doubt about it.
They're set. You're not. Come on, let's go.
Capped by the Springboks, making his debut in the Autumn Nation Series this season.
Crouch!
Big Lewis Bean back on the field, so that's us back to 15 men. Corporal Bean, known as in the Glasgow Warriors camp, he's done 2 tours of Afghanistan as a soldier.
Yeah, former rifleman. That one goes clear and almost up to halfway from George Horn.
That's a good exit for Glasgow compared to where they could have been. They were on their way into defending an attacking line out from the Stormers right on their line, and now they're on the halfway line. Have eased the pressure completely. One by a Stormers mistake, but the second one by a good exit move.
On the line, that's good.
Been back on. He was carded in the victory at the Rec against Bath in Europe last month. Scored a try in that game as well. Libok to Willemse.
Strip is good.
Jordan gets the rip in the tackle.
Yeah, he's offside in front.
So we'll go back for the first knock on.
That's great work by Tom Jordan there. You know, he targets ball. Once he's on there, he just looks for that reef. And Pete Murch should be really happy with that. That's something we work on, try and target the ball, and if you can get the second man in to slow it up, happy days. But you just see that. It's really, really great work by Tom.
Good intelligent player as well, and Willemse is an outstanding athlete. You don't want him stepping and then going again. If you can concentrate on that ball, hit the ball hard, you make him think twice about, you know, making that mistake again, and then you cut down the options for the Stormers, which allows your outside defenders to close them down again. So very good play, calculated defensive play by Glasgow.
And for those that may not have seen much of Tom Jordan, it is a rookie season for the man from Auckland. Last season took the Ayrshire Bulls to the Super 6 title, but playing his first full season as a professional rugby player, and it's been a highly impressive start from the Glasgow 10.
Feet further forward, please, and better heights, okay?
Keep going, John. Let's go.
Scrums have been excellent. Let's get them going again. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get them working again. Let's go. Seconds.
Look.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
And down goes the scrum. Stormers win that hit, and the penalty goes their way.
No,
Bobby, maybe you should explain to us why that penalty goes that way.
Control from behind then.
Because I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue.
Matt, I've realised from being on this side of the television cameras, there's so many variations of what could have happened.
Got to get set up right, yeah.
But the props will be able to explain to you far better than me what actually did happen. The dark arts of the tight 5 are something I've stayed away from. I played tight head prop in 7s, and that was already too hard for me to work out what was going on. Rito Klingwani, John Dodson there, feeling a little bit of the cold.
I don't want to keep managing this.
Rito's the forwards coach of the Stormers side. I saw him chatting to the pack. He'd be disappointed that they've given away one of those line-out opportunities to drive. They've been very effective so far this season.
Well, they're a team that have the best conversion rate from entries into the 22 of anyone in the URC, and they look to set up another chance here.
It's good now.
Dweba's already scored one.
Ball available, out!
The ball is there for De Wet. Now with Fushia. Scrum half goes digging once more. Deomani to Libok, and out wide where they had numbers initially. Blomakis
high tackle
takes the advantage. Contact. There's further advantage for the Stormers for the high tackle.
Really good Glasgow defence.
As Furi keeps it alive. Libok again looking to work some of his magic. Willemse spots a gap. The door shut by Matt Fagerson. Dweba, it's relentless this from the Stormers, and the penalty is eventually awarded. Penalties may be mounting a little here against the Warriors.
Yeah, you pulled out. Okay, that's why it's not a penalty. High tackle. Yeah.
the longer Glasgow can weather this storm,
Number 12,
probably
Black,
builds a bit of
tackle,
confidence
12.
in them. And for straight Stormers, they're used to getting to this area and scoring tries. So the longer Glasgow can keep them out, they'll have been told that this week, that they're dangerous when they get into this area. So this will help us if we can just weather this storm, make sure they don't score here. An interesting one though, you've got Hartzenberg. He hasn't left that 5-metre channel on this right wing here, and that just creates a little bit of worry for Ollie Smith here out on the wing.
It's a high tackle from Hugh Jones. Le Bon made sure this time with his kick to the corner. Now here comes Dweba, the hooker, with one try to his name. He's a couple of metres short now though. Bushia, and driving forward goes Engelbrecht. De Vet, Demani, and now Kitsov. Now a chance for Duplessis in the backs. Quick ball for De Vet, and that is great defence. Matt Fagerson there. It's De Vet once more, and breaking through is Clayton Blomekes, the fullback, as this game takes another seesaw swing. And it's Blomekes, the man who used to play under Franco Smith at the Cheetahs, that crosses the line for the Stormers.
A lovely pass across the face 2 or 3 times there from De Vet, and one was Willemse, and this one was the crucial one. Blomekes very aware of where the gap was, and he knew he had to get outside of his man. Good work though, the forwards and the backs interacted well. De Vet never had to wait for that ball, and Duplessis was outstanding. And this was not quite enough, but it's a second go at it. Look at the speed of that pass across to Blomekes. He's plucked it out of the sky and been able to tap it down. What I like here is he's gone over and he's had a little conference with Willemse straight afterwards. They're pleased with the try, but they're trying to get themselves back into the game. They're trying to understand why they're making mistakes. They're trying to work out where Glasgow are being able to fracture their attack, which they have done. Glasgow have done really, really well to do that so far.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is stopping that maul at source, which we've done. We did defend really well for 3 or 4 phases there, but soon enough that pressure gives in, and that is a great ball. I'll be a bit annoyed if I was Hartzenberg on the edge there. He's been stood in that 5-metre channel for the last 15-20 minutes, and then he comes and steals his glory.
Here's Le Boc. That one will drift beyond the uprights. It is the Stormers that are back in the lead, but this is a tight game with just over half an hour played.
Well, I said it, didn't I? And I jinxed it. I said it would be a to-and-fro game. You score, we score, and it's exactly what's happened so far. But a brilliant game already.
2 tries apiece between these 2 sides who are full of attacking quality and flair.
Use it.
De
Hold in
Vet
front, fellas.
back
Hold.
to Le Boc. And safe touch found by the fly half.
Yeah, cracking entertainment so far, but I think it's going to come down to which teams are making the least mistakes when they have the opportunity to attack. You know, defensively, it looks like both teams are able to scramble. They're getting back. They're making the tackles that they need to. Just when they get a chance to attack, you don't want to make them mistakes. Glasgow have been 100% on point with their attack so far.
Great line out from Turner to Fagerson, and then Vailanu, and it's back with Fagerson, but there was a forward pass involved there as Glasgow tried to get creative from the set play.
It's a forward pass on the when you threw to 6 on the back down.
Forward, just drifted a bit forward. I thought it was straight from here, but unfortunately, and then I think that touch judges called him back for that. It was a lovely move.
Yeah, really well worked, and that's the last person you want to see coming through there, especially if you're a 9 defending in there or something. You've got Sione Vailanu. He was an absolute wrecking ball last week against Edinburgh. And I tell you what, for a big man, he's fit. That's one thing that they've worked on with him, is his fitness, and he's been outstanding this season.
I was watching some of those the highlights, and he also drifted a lovely little ball out, you know, creating space for the outside backs. Once he'd broken through, the cover defence wasn't catching him either.
Such subtle hands for a big man. Caring hands.
That's exactly what the penalty is for.
He's come in and filled that 7 jersey with Rory Darge out injured. It might be rather tricky for the Scotland international to get back in once he's fit.
Fluent in Japanese, believe it or not. Yeah, fluent in Japanese. So if you want to do a interview afterwards with him, maybe get him speaking Japanese, because he didn't want to speak much English a few weeks ago, did he?
Jamie will be at the ready. I think he played sevens in Japan.
Fair point. I didn't say it that way, but I don't know. Yeah. Quickly if we can then, guys.
So both Eatling Fushia and Ben Jason Dixon down.
There's no shot back. Happy? Good. Okay.
Interesting speaking to John Dobson before the game, and he was speaking about the 4 matches that they've had away in the UK and Ireland in the last 12 months, and obviously 2 of those losses, Connacht and Cardiff, which is on a similar pitch. So, you know, this does come into the minds of the players, especially at scrum time. I think that's probably the biggest thing. And as we spoke earlier, Glasgow haven't had the best scrum this season, but neither team's really had a massive edge there yet.
Yeah, John Dobson said he wanted the guys to adapt quicker to these kind of environments. I mean, the beauty about this URC, we've seen guys playing in 35 degrees heat and 0 degrees, you know, up here, but the surface conditions, you're right, today we're not seeing huge ascendancy in any of these scrums, and that maybe gives away one of the strengths of the Stormers, because they counted the Bulls and they counted some of the other big teams with a really dominant forward pack at scrum time and at line-out drive time. I think they've been a little bit too high, actually. They need to be lower to be going forward here. Glasgow having some great counter drives.
Set! Stable!
The 2 8s come together once more as down it goes at the front, but the ball is there for De Vet to play. Willemse misses out Lebok. Coming off his line.
He's happy there on there.
Engelbrecht.
That's timing good.
De Vet.
Stop!
Just got it away before Vailanu could influence it too much. Now it's with Ollie Smith from inside is 22. Blommake's claims, but now will play the quick one. Willemse will be held up by a combination of Smith and Jones. Jones comes away with it, and Horn spots the space. Fullback not at home. The bounce of the ball goes the way, though, of Clayton Blommake's. In comes George Turner with a crucial tackle, but he's well backed up. The Glasgow fans want some reward there, but it's not coming as Dixon carries on. And De Vet will look to get the Stormers out of what became a bit of a tricky situation. Smith claims well.
Stay there. Have a go. Take him back. Have a go.
Jordan staying off his wing. Batty, nice hands to release Dupria. It's gone backwards. And the ball has just gone forwards. A frustration for Glasgow just as they were looking to get into their full stride.
Yeah, that's the call they've got.
Jamie Bay again there, just with a subtle tip on to Big JP. Look at this tackle here, though. Brilliant by Hugh Jones.
Good.
Really good turnover away. Almost turned it into a maul, and then Hugh Jones flicked it out the back. Glasgow were readying themselves for the attack. I'm not sure that ball should have gone, because they had enough players outside defensively set up to turn it into attack.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that one went a bit of a begging. Maybe with a different bounce of the ball, we would have been cheering, you know, and they were under a bit of pressure. But yeah, I can't help but think we should have gone wide there. I don't know, is that a knock on? It looks like it's gone backwards. I agree with the referee, right? Like I always do.
Angelo Davids, who's going to come on for Leolin Zas, who cobbles off injured. He's struggled to get into the game, so a frustrating afternoon for Zas.
It does look like he was carrying some quite heavy tape, and you're right, he has struggled a bit to get into the game. Quite a big debate beforehand about the nature of injury that happens on you know, the new turfs, and as we get better and better, it happens less and less. But it is a big difference to a grass or a muddy sort of give underfoot when there's less give, and you do see some of the outside backs having to adjust themselves as they get used to the pitches. I think it's an outstanding addition to the sport anyway because of the speed and the number of tries that we see, but certainly you've got to get yourself ready. It's like playing in any different new type of conditions.
Same as the last.
Yeah, well, I injured my knee jackling. It's the last time I jackal ever again. Not because I'm giving up rugby, by the way. I'm going to try and do that for a little bit longer, but I tell you, it's a stupid thing, jackling. I should have stayed well away from that, but it's, yeah, with these crop rolls coming in, even more so on this type of pitch, you do worry about it.
Crouch! Bind! Sit! Stable!
Well, that one almost turning the full 90. Glasgow thought they were in the ascendancy, but it is a penalty to the Stormers.
They got the counter drive on, collapsing under pressure.
Well, you put me on the spot. What happened over there?
Well, by the sounds of it,
yeah, I think you could have made an argument for both sides because Glasgow had a really good first shove, and then it looked like the Stormers managed it on this, on the second. But
yeah, I think he's saying Lucio Sordoni, he collapses under pressure there, and then the Stormers are going forward. But who knows? Who knows?
4 and a bit minutes left of this first half. Stormers got an attacking opportunity, not quite as far into Glasgow territory as they would like, but certainly one that they'll try and create a platform for attack from.
Weber with the line out to Dixon. Back it comes to the hooker, now Willemse.
Hold off.
De Vet finds Fourie. Now, Helsingborg.
It's a tackle.
Fourie again. Into the 22 and looking for points before the break. Come the Stormers. Fushia.
Good double tackle from Glasgow.
Still Stormers ball. They've got to 5 metres out. Turner thought that he could get his hands on it. Kits off now.
You can hear the players shouting double up, trying to slow that ball down. You don't know what it does for a defensive line. It makes it so much easier to get set.
Kits off, gets his pass out of there. Fushia again. De Vet to Dweba.
There's that power.
And it's a Glasgow penalty. That gets a huge cheer around Scotstoun Stadium. And Sione Vailanu gets the congratulations of his team, but it was a full defensive effort there from Glasgow, who looked to go quickly through George Horn.
I'm going to go time off, captain 6. Go quickly, Carl, second one. 6. Okay, I don't need you, Carl. Thank you. Okay, you challenge my decision like that again, and I'll put you off the field. It's really clear. George,
Gracie doesn't like being questioned there. Dion Fourie had 4 carries in that little bit of play. He's like the rugby equivalent to Benjamin Button. He gets younger and younger. He's the oldest man on the field by a long, long way, George, but he's as fresh as a daisy after
You've got to clean the tackle.
Tunneling away and working away for 37 minutes. Outstanding, but he was too fresh because he questioned the referee, so he got a rap on the knuckles as well. Here's Dweba. He went. Now that's what I was talking to you about, that head-on-head. Nobody's fault, but it's a face-on-face. You can see, I'm glad, Bracey actually, he just ignored that, because we have had a couple of instances where that's been called back and somebody's got a yellow card or sat down or a penalty. Glasgow working their way out of their half.
To the back for Fagerson. Now here comes Tui Pelotu, who straightens in ferocious power into the tackle. Jordan. Jones, but it's back with the Stormers. Glasgow perhaps looking to be too open there. Blomakis.
No, 2.
Oh, looking for the interception there was George Horn, but it goes through the hands to Kitsoff, and now with Davids.
Glasgow's
ball after the knock on. Neither side managing to keep a hold of it. Libok to Blomekes from inside the 22. Jordan, the bounce of the ball not going his way. Now sets up the counter and he's absolutely smashed in the hit. And now the pass goes straight to Hartzenberg. De Vet, ball's loose. Blomekes, Libok, two outside him. He just looks to try and turn Cancellieri, and Smith comes across to cover the danger. Buys his side an extra second or two. Bean.
Out Stomers. And use it.
Horn to clear. And that was another interesting passage of play that George Horn puts an end to.
Because he's onside.
He gets absolutely melted here, doesn't he, old TJ? But we saw him do that a few weeks ago and run straight into big Bill Matter. And Bill Matter actually had a goal. So you would have thought he'd learn his lesson, old Tom Jordan, and put boot to ball. But you see so many turnovers there. That was a really frantic passage of play. I think there was maybe 3 or 4 turnovers from each team there. And you could see what it took out of the players. I mean, you had Blomekes and Libok in the backfield there, hands on knees. So I think they'll be welcoming this half-time break sooner than some.
The final play of the first half, and that from Dweba is not straight.
Scrum called.
So
on the 15.
Glasgow will get the chance to play from the scrum.
Yeah, left of 15. Okay, last play. Last play.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Let's keep heights up, guys. Heights up when the pressure comes on. Crouch!
Glasgow missing the likes of big Richie Gray, who's been outstanding in defence and the lineouts there. But, you know, we've got some men that have come in and can do a job as well, putting the Stormers under pressure.
And you wonder whether they will look to play from here or simply kick the ball out and take half-time. It's there for Horn. I think I probably know the answer to that, because the centres combine. It's Jones. He's looking to go himself. The space being closed down. Jones to within a few metres. Inside from Cancellieri. Oh, what a way to end the half. Not quite perfect from Glasgow, but that was the first half summed up perfectly. The teams as they were when they went off at the end of the first half, so just Angelo Davids coming on for Leolin Zas. The only alteration to the starting lineups. Here comes Matt Fagerson, a big fend from him. He's got Tom Jordan on his shoulder as well. That one just comes off George Horn's foot. A chance now for the Stormers to attack through. Willemse gets the pass away as well. Hartzenberg, and Willemse has to step back into traffic. Libok, and now Furi. Driven on into the 22. Into the danger area again come the Stormers. Driven to touch, and repelled well by the Warriors' defence.
Okay, Glasgow.
Yeah, they're using the width well, but I'm not sure about the mistake. I'm not sure about over-egging, you know, the omelette. They sort of.
Don't close, Stormers.
I wouldn't go close, and a lot of coaches will tell the young players, don't go into that 5-yard line or 5-metre line unless you need to. If you can get the man away, and there isn't a tackler there, but certainly not with a 2-on-1.
Yeah, well, going back to the golf analogy, I mean, we've always been told don't go near the bunkers, and that's the 5-metre channel. We're not allowed near there. I mean, yeah, the big fellow would tell us off for that.
Well, advantage coming for Glasgow Warriors, but Sione Vailanu takes them an extra 15 metres up the line, and back we go for the penalty. Loud blast from Lewis Bean to celebrate.
Yeah, the pace of the Glasgow attack, and we just had a fantastic chat at halfway there. If they can maintain this pace for the second half, the Stormers aren't able to live with it at the moment, and it's creating incredible momentum. You know, we've said it before a number of times on television. 1 second is between 8 and 10 yards at full speed for a high-end outside back. So suddenly, when Glasgow are using that turnover time and the speed at the same sort of rate, and the Stormers aren't able to keep up, you're 10 metres away from the breakdown, the next breakdown, and then the momentum's all with Glasgow.
Yeah, and you've seen Stormers, I mean, they've struggled to get going. They're dangerous in probably loose and open play, but when it comes to that last 30 metres, they're struggling because we're slowing the ball down.
Let's go to Brown, John.
Dupree sets up the maul that then goes to deck.
Don't kill it, ball's available.
Turner presents it for Horn. And now Jordan to try and get the backs going. Tui Pelotu with a step and a bend. He's going. He doesn't need to be facing the right way. Heading backwards. Now Hugh Jones. A couple of try assists for Jones. His first game at Scotstoun for a couple of years. Here's Bean. Now Dempsey, Jordan, and Jones with boot to ball, and bounces it into touch. Well, I keep thinking that Sione Tui Pelotu has got everything, and then he adds another skill to his game.
Is this classed as showboating when he runs backwards with that one there? I know we won't see it here, but he's running backwards. I think he's just taking the mick out of the players there, but he's so dangerous in the open, isn't he? You look, I know we pass the ball back really deep there, but when you've got players like him, a couple steps here and there and then breaks the line, he's an absolute fantastic player to watch as well.
Yeah, 2 please, George.
Hugh Jones in the lead-up talking. It's just been the second opportunity to link up with Tui Pelotu in the centres. It's a big hit. Comes in, sends the Stormers back into their own 22. DeVette will search out Kitsoff here. Finds Dupree's shoulder. And Glasgow Warriors penalty.
Number one.
That's a great turnover very quickly there. Jamie Batty in over the ball, but I can tell you one thing for free. Stephen Kitsoff didn't want that ball because he looked up, he had 3 opposition players around him. He knows he can only drive one of them so far back, which means that there's 2 contesters over that ball. They were very quick to get to it.
Here we are, going back to the showboat, and look at him. He gets himself in reverse and starts running backwards.
No support around the ball, number 1.
I was worried he had done his knee there, but he was back up on his feet pretty quick, Big Sione.
There's a 720-degree spin in there as well.
So the Warriors, did you play this?
Looking to exert some pressure. It was a stretch from Matt Fagerson. He did well to get it back to Vailanu.
No!
And now can the home side be clinical as the Stormers were in that first half? Sordoni.
Pull down, you pulled him down.
Vailanu. He would be the go-to man, wouldn't he?
Lost it.
Horn and Matt Fagerson. But it's the Stormers who get it turned this time.
Same as over there.
Dion Fourie.
Oh, he's a great jackler of the ball. It's a really good steal. I just said it's an important passage of play, because if Glasgow, just in my mind, if Glasgow get the score easily without really contestable rucks, without the hard work of the Stormers, then they're going to feel that they can take control of this game completely. Dion Fourie, absolutely outstanding over the ball. Schnaffled it back. He's just eased the pressure. He hasn't stopped it. He's just eased the pressure, but it's pushed Glasgow back. You know, still into an attacking position, but away from that danger area right next to their line.
He's definitely one of the players I know has spoken about this week, and you know, his presence at the breakdown. Once he's in there, you cannot get him out. He is, I don't know what he's made of. He's flexible, isn't he, for an old bloke?
He certainly is. He's playing in the perfect position for himself. He doesn't mind getting in and mixing it in that part of the world. He gets better and better and better.
Over.
Oldest ever Springbok debutant.
Stormers to ground.
37 years of age.
I'm only 33. There's loads of life left in me yet.
Use it! Now 9.
At what point are we going to see these boys run from here? I know they've been kicking a lot more from... Oh, sorry.
So use it. I'll give you a second chance to use it.
Well, not using it quickly enough. Paul de Vet penalised.
When was the last time you saw that?
Stormers a little baffled there.
Yeah, they were looking a little bit baffled. I'm baffled myself,
okay, go,
unless... No, hang on, he has said... He shouted, use it. 1, 2, 3...
Yeah, I know. I know he said use it, but did they ping that? I haven't seen that ping for a long time.
I've never seen it ping before. Usually at that stage you get one more warning, not for another 5 seconds, but you get a warning as in maybe use it immediately. But I tell you what, you'll use it quicker from now.
You'd have been out there, Ryan, doing the 10-second countdown, wouldn't you?
I think that was Bob Harley, and then he got told off for doing it, counting down the clock. But again, you can't be told not to do that. And I remember the ref saying to Bob Harley, "You can't do that." And Bob said, "Well, why not? I'm just counting."
How's your coaching career and referee stuff going at the moment, Ryan?
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have told you this earlier on.
Just come here. Just come here.
His first representation of his coach of a team that he's coaching, he hasn't been able to be with them because he's been playing matches on the weekend, and he gets into a tiff with a referee 10 minutes in. I love it. I love it. Good work, though. Great to be coaching at the same time, enjoying it. How did you boys do?
Yeah, no, we won yesterday. Glasgow Ackies is my team. Working with a couple of old Glasgow legends, Ryan Grant and Rory Jackson, and myself and Dunky, we were actually up there offering a hand. We're probably causing more of a hindrance, really, especially with yesterday's antics and getting asked to go and sit in the stands.
I'd love to say I was surprised. There's Horn. Tui Pelotu.
I might offer to commentate for those games next.
That's a good counter-ruck from the Stormers. That's an awful piece of play.
Here's Ollie Smith, a little isolated, surrounded by 3 Stormers jerseys, but he did well to wriggle his way over halfway. Sardoni gets the pass away in the nick of time. Jordan, Tui Pelotu over the top to Cancellieri. And good strength not to get bundled into touch. Sardoni.
Here we go. Space at the back.
Chance to go for Jordan, and Smith
great
with a looping pass that finds Kyle Stain, who gets round his man. Kyle Stain to the 22. Eventually, he is hauled down. Storming at pace comes Dempsey. Tackle from Dixon. Now Batty, momentum with the Warriors, looking for the first score of the second half. Horn runs up a blind alley, and that just takes a little bit of the sting out of it, but Matt Fagerson looks to inject some more impetus into the attack from the Glasgow Warriors. Tui Pelotu, Jordan, and through the gap goes Hugh Jones, stepping and scoring! Hugh Jones against the club that gave him his shot in professional rugby. Hugh Jones back for the first time in 2 years at Scotstoun Stadium, and what a return it is! The Warriors back in front.
He looked like he enjoyed that one, didn't he? Celebrating with the fans there, Shuggy. We've talked him up all day and said what a danger he is. What a line. And the cover defence from the Stormers there was really good, but he just managed to step inside him. How good from Carl Stain here.
Brilliant from Carl Stain. It was too lackadaisical from Clayton Blommakees. He's better than that. He knows it. And you'll see a lot of movement forward. It's a very physical effort from the Glasgow forwards. And then watch here, the drift. He just runs. He runs with meaning. He runs like he's got an option right and an option left every single time. Love the fact that he had the opportunity to step inside and then just power away from the last tackle and score. He's enjoyed it. The fans have enjoyed it. He's back. Hopefully there's people around the selectors' boxes that are noticing as much as we are.
Yeah, I spotted a few of them at half-time, went for a wee actually, and bumped in for them, so they'll be watching. But it's pretty similar to the try he scored at Bath as well a few weeks back. He stepped inside a few defenders, and what starts it off though is Ollie Smith. We looked like he was in a bit of a trouble, but that extra fight to get an extra metre, he just got through the line, and that's where it all started from.
Big test for the Stormers now. If they can turn it around, they got a 5-point deficit to a team who are at the top of their game at the moment, in all of their pomp and ceremony of scoring tries when the opportunity presents themselves. Can the Stormers get themselves back into the match?
Junior Pokomela is on for Billy Engelbrecht. There's Sordoni. Taking back to Ipelotu, and Jordan to Smith. Blitz defence coming up.
Use it.
Hartzenberg.
Still in. One.
Bean carries.
Use it. Okay, hold Glasgow.
Jordan.
3.
Clears, finds a good touch.
Go, ask me, don't shout at me, please.
If we're sticking to trends, it's Stormers' time to score at some point, isn't it? I mean, it's been to and fro, but what an exciting game so far this has been. And I mean, it's tough for me sitting up here and watching. I want obviously Glasgow to run away with it, but for a fan's perspective, it's been incredible, hasn't it?
Yeah, cracking match to watch. Good outing for Joseph Dueba. He scored a try.
Let's go, guys.
And had some good carries.
Replaced by JJ Kotze.
Not too big, Stormers.
Going to go straight into the action with
the
first throw for the replacement hooker. Dueba gets a warm round of applause from the Scotstoun faithful.
And hold.
It's taken by Ori and Kotze. It's knocked on though.
Well, that's what we're talking about. The Stormers just giving the opportunity to Glasgow to ease their own pressure. Kutza's gone wide. There's Damien Willems. He does take a lot of contact, Damien Willems. I mean, he's big and strong, I know that, but he's known for his skill and his opportunity, you know, his ability to spread the ball as well. But he's taken a couple of crash balls all afternoon, and with the Glasgow defence as rock steady as they have been, it's got to make you look up and worry about who's in front of you, which means you're not concentrating on the ball, which is what you need to do first.
Yeah, Kutza probably hasn't helped him too much there with that pass. He's put him under a bit of pressure, but when you see that one, that's the one where you don't take your eyes off the ball, you just wrap that one up and take what's coming.
Stormers' only defeat this season in the URC came at Cardiff. Their only win outside of South Africa was in Parma in October. So they've got a few away games to come.
Quicker if they're stable, let's go. Okay.
Starting with a European match against
that
London Irish next weekend. While the Warriors are in France to play Perpignan.
It'll be slightly warmer down there. I might try and get on that trip and catch a bit of sun whilst the boys are down there as well.
Stable. Stay there.
There will be a few supporters with the same idea, right? Tough one for Horn to get out, but he does find Tuipulotu. Jordan found a blue and white brick wall.
Onside. And use it. 9.
It was a great hit by Angelo Davids. Horn this time finds an excellent touch with the box kick from the base.
Still a good clearance though for Glasgow. They had a disappointing beginning to the exit. Jordan was caught man and ball here, and they were under pressure, but the Stormers weren't able to turn it into much more. Jordan, nice and physical, twisting and turning and getting his body shape in the right position to give good possession back.
Hold, that's good there, guys. Thank you.
I found myself counting down at when the referee said use it at the pace of the scrum.
9.
Stormers have the most dominant tackles in the league. 9% being decided as in the dominant level. And
It's a tackle. Okay.
David's showing you exactly why. That ball's gone.
I know. It's
loose.
unlucky, but he's rolled into the back.
But Dempsey that is penalised.
You could almost tell Andrew Brace didn't really want to give that one there because it was a tough one. He was trying to get out and the ball just goes loose. But sometimes you can be smart as a player. If you push that into the player and it rolls out with him, you know you're going to end up getting the penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the incident here.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing there, doesn't he, the Stormers player?
He's aware, Dempsey. He's a clever player, Dempsey. Nice to see him having a couple of games in a row.
So a couple of changes for the Warriors as George Turner and Lucio Sardoni head off into Scotland internationals. Come on. Fraser Brown, who makes his 100th appearance in the league. And Simon Bergen on in the front row.
More.
Take by Ori. And now the maul comes. It's Kutzer.
Don't change, 18. Same maul.
It's still going. Kicking into centre field.
And use it!
That's the Stormers in control here. Devet wants it. The forward's pretty determined to hang on to it, and why not? Because they're making good ground here. Now they've got the job of getting it back on their own side, which they're unable to do.
Sometimes what happens though, if you push that maul that little bit too far, try and get that too many metres, you can end up making it so messy, and it makes it easier for the defence to get in there and slow that ball down and turn it over. But another release of pressure there for Glasgow Warriors.
All they've got to do is get in an arm between the individual who's broken away, and it's lovely play there. For the Glasgow forwards who just had the awareness to know that once it's become a travelling maul, you can jump in over that. You don't need to do too much. Pressure exit. Yeah, let's see what the Stormers can do. Can they put some pressure with his two Scotland internationals who've joined the fray in the forwards pack? Fraser Brown in the middle of that there. He'll be adding a little bit of calmness in a difficult situation.
Yeah, but you see him there showing his experience coming in. That was a lot to do with him, that turnover there. And
absolutely.
As you mentioned, 100th appearance in the URC. I think there's only 2 other Glasgow Warriors that have done that. Rory, myself and Dungy Weir. Thought I'd throw that in the mix.
Set! Stay there. Yeah.
Trying to eke out the penalty here, but they've got to be careful. They have got the penalty.
Yeah, good. One around the corner.
Kitzel's disappointed.
And it's all
he didn't
breaking
feel
out
they got
as
around
well.
the corner there. Here we go.
Walk away, please. 5, walk away. Walk away.
Tempers flare.
Don't stay with it, just leave it.
Fellas, I suggest you walk away.
Big Sione Vailano doesn't look happy there. Something clearly being said to the big fella. He's a calm man. Honestly, a calm bloke, so something's riled him up.
7 black. 7 black, 6 blue. 7 black, 7 black, 6 blue. Yeah, the call I've got, okay, is you two get. The call I've got is you two get involved off the ball. I've already spoken to you once, okay, and then you'll get involved as well. It ends, fellas, okay, when the whistle's gone.
Yeah, a little push there. That was nothing really, was it? Nothing. But Big Sione didn't want to take that one. He wanted to make sure that he had something to do with it. He wasn't just taking that little push, but he gets a little jab to the throat. A safe place to push someone in the throat. Don't go anywhere higher.
Well, Tom Jordan has missed his touch. Glomackies. Now Devet. And Kitsoff.
Move black!
Fraser Brown in with the tackle. And Warriors need to get men out of there. They haven't. Penalty given. Devet thought about the quick one instead. They'll go to the safety of Manny Leboc's boot.
It was a funny kick that from Jordan, who was a
You've got to clean the tackle area first.
big loopy one.
We can speak to Rito Lumwani. I'm delighted to say joins us. Thank you very much, Rito. Well, for us, it's been a spectacular hour. We've really enjoyed a great spectacle for the URC. What have you made of it from a coaching perspective?
Yeah, I think Glasgow is doing pretty well, disrupting our base on our exit breakdown, and they've been quite effective around how they stop our mauls coming through the middle, so it makes it quite tough.
Rita, quite an even contest in the scrum, especially on a surface like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think the boys are doing well to stay in there. We haven't seen a lot of uncompleted scrums, so it's looking quite good there. Maybe in the next couple of minutes we might be able to let the slow poison kick in and get a penalty or two.
Well, Rito, thank you very much for your time. All the best. And the Stormers very, very close now. De Vet sets up the pass. The scrum half digs in again, and this is relentless from the Stormers. And the try is scored. It's all levelled up at Scotstoun once again. And who will emerge from the bodies for the Stormers try? Hechiva Daimani. Or Junior Pokamela, in fact, off the bench to score.
Matty, just take our time. We're just checking if there's enough on in the build-up, okay?
DHL Stormers 17.
I have no knock on, Bracey. I'm fine with your call.
Yeah, that's a lovely contribution from Junior Pokamela. He's just come onto the field for Willie Engelbrecht, where he's been on 2 or 3 minutes. Had a couple of nice contributions in the driving maul and that. Good to get the score for him. It's score's tied.
Okay, quicker,
Ball's fallen off the tee. Mani Lubbock resetting it up. He doesn't have loads of time. He's going to be warned again.
How long does he have?
Who?
They are going to introduce a stop clock, which they haven't done yet, because I think they're looking at the format of when it gets implemented, etc. But they've told the referees to hurry them up. So 90 seconds is the number we know, but we don't have it.
Well, and it has an effect, because Mani Lubbock sends that well wide of target. We're all tied up at 17 points, all thanks to that try from Junior Pokamela.
17.
And they're looking to bring in the stop clock for scrums as well. 60-second resets for scrum, I think it is. So looking for ways to speed the game up.
So 3 tries apiece, 17 points all. What a final quarter this is going to be.
Get out the back. Go.
Bergen and Jordan just got it away to Hugh Jones, who beats the tackler. Matt Fagerson goes looking for the contact of Damien Villens. Batty to Dupree. On at scrum half is Ali Price.
Tackle is out.
British and Irish line feeds Jordan. Now Tui Pelotu on to Jack Dempsey.
We confirm that Glasgow Warriors have replaced number 9.
It's a Stormers penalty, as they just look to turn the screw and turn this game in their favour.
Well, that's a big man, Stephen Kitsoff. He's a really, really good
first arriving player, number 1.
jackler of the ball for such a big, heavy, you would say cumbersome guy, but he moves so quickly, gets himself over that ball, and then once those shoulders and forearms are onto it, it's difficult to get loose. I just felt there that Glasgow could have got, maybe after 2 or 3 phases, they could have found some open space here in Stormers territory, got themselves out of the trouble zone, because now Lubbock's going to have some time to eke in to the lead for the Stormers.
Hopefully not too much time. He's taking an age with these kicks, isn't he? But he's been told once by the ref. But I'm with you. The Stormers do so well. You look at their defence and they're so narrow, and you think this is it, we're going to cut them open. But they do so well with that blitz defence coming out the back and shutting players down. You sometimes think, how are we not cutting them open there? But credit to their defence. They know how to defend like that. And to the untrained eye, they'd look at that and say Glasgow should be killing them. But they've just done so well to get up and make the tackle. And the rain's just started.
There's blue skies and sunshine to greet us at the start of the game. And now Mani Lubbock, as darkness descends in Glasgow, the rain comes in. Lubbock has missed 2 so far. And now a third. The flags stay down, and another opportunity to go into the lead is passed up by Manny Lebok. But the Warriors knock on and the attempted short dropout. They just can't release this pressure right now.
Okay, let's go.
Replaced by number 21, Marcel Jennison.
Yeah, Tom Jordan will be frustrated there. So, you know, he's got the right idea. You want to try and play with tempo there. The only thing we do when you smash a big 22 long is give the ball to the opposition. So he's looking to go quick and play a bit of rugby out of that.
Yeah, they're trying to go quick, and one of the men who was stopping them earlier was Dion Farid, the old man of the Stormers forward setup there. What a cracking 65-odd minutes he's had. Great shift in from Dion Farid, and Marcel Tennyson, I think it is, has taken his position. 15 minutes to show himself as a worthy replacement.
Set. Good. Yeah, 9.
The scrum starts to wheel again. Big blast, big celebrations for Glasgow Warriors. Simon Bergen gets a big pat on the head.
You can hear him saying they're angling across there. So, I mean, I don't know the difference between wheeling it round and angling across. But
straight go forward, you've come straight.
In my mind, you've got the ball at the base of the Stormers' feet. There's no reason for them to be wheeling anything around. They've got the ball at the base and possession.
I think we're quite lucky there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Good counter scrum from Glasgow, gets him out of a difficult situation, and Fraser Browner will be to throw a ball in a line out. Are they going to try and attack their way out of their half, or are they going to get into Stormers territory and try and extend their lead?
Brown to the back, and another good reach from Fagerson. Brown to Tui Pilotu, who spots some space to charge into. That's one way of getting into the opposition half quickly. Price, Dempsey dips low, accelerates into the contact. Tui Pilotu again, carry after carry from the Glasgow centre. Now Dempsey. There's a man down there, so play will need to be stopped.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
Very good work there from the referee. Just far too close to a player that's down and being treated on the ground.
Sorry,
you saw Fraser Brown waving his hands as if, get on, that's me. So
too close to that player.
I think that'll be his evening over.
Straight across me.
Well, George Turner, who's not too recently come off, he'll be coming back on to.
Straight for it. I said it before the game, okay?
Well, the plan at the moment looks to be to replace Fraser Brown anyway.
Yeah.
But you asked, you know, whether Glasgow would put the ball in the opposition's half there, and I actually think that was probably the plan. But you've got Sione Tuipulotu making so many yards, then suddenly it changes the plan, and you want to have a crack. So you've got the best of both worlds there. If he doesn't make such good gain line, I think they were looking to put the ball in behind afterwards, and then the plan very quickly changes because he makes such a great break.
Absolutely, and it was a good reaction from Glasgow as well, because they carried on doing, you know, what they're playing the game in front of them and reacted well. In fact, it was unfortunate. I hope he's okay, but it looks like Turner's going to come back on, so we can see the incident. Oh, he's just sat back down. He's not comfortable at all. Doesn't actually get up, and then when the second carry, yeah, he's waving, and look, you know, that tackle's happening right next to him, so good play by the referee to mitigate any danger there. So glad he's okay and jumping up.
A couple of changes and players coming off the bench. Nathan Macbeth for Jamie Batty, and Fraser Brown is now making his way off. Domingo Miotti has come on for Tom Jordan. Originally it was Ollie Smith that made his way to the touchline, but there's the Argentine fly half. So it's just a brief rest for George Turner. And he's now unleashed and ready to go again, and we wish the best to Fraser Brown.
Okay, I've got him, but strong left side now, okay, please? Strong left side. Nice and straight, everybody, please.
Let's go.
Just to confirm that it's a permanent replacement now.
Nice and straight, asked the referee, trying to make his evening a little bit easier.
Looks like an attacking mindset set up from Glasgow. They've got no one on the short side.
Good.
Yeah, it's an interesting formation that presents itself to Ali Price here. Tui Pelotu. Pelotu will be the first carrier.
12.
Miotti.
Thank you.
And it was a bit unorthodox to try and stab that one through.
Yeah, I don't think Domingo Miotti's had much haggis, but that looked like a haggis coming off his boot there.
And use it! Who's the contest moment then?
Devet sends it clear. Ollie Smith can gather. Oh, and he does now see the gap. Rounds two defenders, looking to fend a third and get the pass away to Ali Price, or Hugh Jones rather.
Pull down!
Can Glasgow get it back? They can through Stain, and now Fagerson.
Leave it!
Finds the safety of the surface. Bergen straightens things up. Glasgow driving forward. Ori was hanging about on the wrong side for a little too long, but gets away with it, and the pass goes straight into touch.
That is sometimes the danger of a blitz defence. You see the outside players going up and they leave a big hole.
No reward, you pull down.
Well, look at that. There's no connection between the forwards and the outside backs. It left a huge... That's the pace we were talking about, though, with Hachiva Diamani. I mean, that's, you know, Cancelleri is a seriously pacey winger, and he's gone... He hasn't made the final tackle, but he slowed him down enough. He's got a hand on the arm.
He's done well tonight, Ollie Smith.
Yes.
Stomers beefing up the front row with Brock Harris and Sazi Sandy, replacing Stephen Kitsoff and Sneedling Fuchsia.
Come on.
Talking of older athletes, big Brock Harris, he's got to be kicking on a bit, hasn't he?
Amazing. Brock Harris has been around in this position, sorting sort of
stop!
Whatever you need in a utility front rower off the bench for about a decade now.
It's Cancelleri.
Okay, hold.
Stop dead. Turner. Nicely done by Dempsey. Miotti, and now Tui Pelotu. Turner. He's driven backwards. The force in the collisions coming from the Stormers. Now the kick can only find Blomekis. Libok. It's away from Miotti. Blomekis gets his pass away. It's with Davids now. Libok. Blomekis. And the kick. Looking for the wide man, and it is overcooked.
That's really disappointing. I mean, you can see our crosshairs with himself. Damien Willemse, he made a decision on the run here. I thought he had enough space to give that ball. They had I wouldn't say a 2-on-3, but Hartzenberg's not happy.
The line, please.
They all knew it was the wrong decision. Willemse as well, he's disappointed. He's been good tonight, Damien Willemse. It's been a difficult game. He's been asked to do a lot, but he's made a couple of little mistakes, and that's what he's allowed to creep into his game every now and again. Such an outstanding athlete.
Stormers.
Glasgow need to get into the Stormers half and turn this into points if they're going to want to win tonight, because the Stormers are starting to look as if they've got maybe a point or two in them.
Sack is good.
Dupria. The majority of this second half has been played in the Glasgow half. Miotti, but we know they can go from deep as they look to here through Cancelleri. The backs linking up seamlessly. Bergen to Turner.
That's great by Berg. He's just getting that tip away, making sure he shifts the point of contact.
Tui Pelotu now does get his pass away, and it's big Vailanu out wide. Looks for Diamani. Miotti now.
Straighten up.
Depth comes from Tui Pelotu. Smith, Cancelleri. He's got a man on his shoulder. It's Stain. The pass just holds him up. Well, and what a recovery tackle from Angelo Davids. That could have been the game right there.
Brilliant play there from both. The outside-in defence of the Stormers is creating such problems for them, because as soon as they get the man outside, it's a free run, a lovely run around from staying wing onto wing. And Davids has done that twice now tonight.
You can just see Seb urging Stainer to get round him. He's waving his left hand. Get around me, get around me. I think.
Is he coming off?
Whoever's caught Stainer there has done brilliantly well, hasn't he?
Yeah, Angelo Davids was a try scorer in the last round against the Lions.
George.
All about his defence there as now Imad Khan comes off the bench to make his Stormers debut.
Okay, ready?
Coming on, number 22.
Replacing Paul DeVette. You can hear the Glasgow Warriors crowd getting into this moment, sensing that they can make life difficult for the Stormers here.
They
are doing exactly that. It's a Glasgow put in at the scrum. Just look at Sione Vailanu.
No form ball and playable.
Really well worked there by Dupree and Lewis Bean. You see them, they don't get off the floor, but they put so much pressure when it comes down. Lewis Bean gets through that front seam with J.P. Dupree, with those two big men on the ball.
They just fractured the sort of strength of the Stormers' drive there and got an arm around that ball. They've got the attack now. Glasgow, can they get the try they need to win this game?
That's huge. No 6 minutes to go down here.
No ball.
That's great pressure by the Glasgow pack. We've just got to make sure we're clinical here. Don't get frustrated. Stay down this end of the field.
Yeah, set up really well, okay? Control the setup really well. Time on.
Well, these are the moments that all the training, all the coaching, all the focus throughout the week go into these huge moments. 5.5 minutes to go in the rain at Scotstoun Stadium. Glasgow Warriors looking to edge their way back in front of this ding-dong battle. There will be a free kick. Scrum again.
Early.
Oh, I think they will. I think the Stormers have gone early there. Do they put it to the corner? Yeah, scrum again is the call there by the boys. You can hear Simon Bergham calling for it, so he's obviously confident. Big Nathan Macbeth next to him as well, and George Turner back on. So the boys are confident with this one. Let's hope it's the right decision.
Been an absolutely cracking match here. Nice contest. We've seen it all, because it was a lovely, glorious midwinter Scottish afternoon, and then the rain has come pelting down. Stormers boys are looking a little bit misplaced here, saying nobody said it was going to be wet and cold.
Well, a credit to the players for the 75 minutes of outstanding rugby that they put on here, but is there going to be separation between these two teams? Advantage for the Warriors. Price to Tui Pilotu. Miotti with the kick through, and we'll go back for the penalty.
18 to me.
They look like they got the edge in this scrum here. Do they go again? I think they do. I think they keep trying to grind them down. I mean, a couple more.
18 to the knee.
Couple more here, and they end up getting the penalty. So I think the boys are looking for another scrum. I can see Jack Dempsey with his hands.
Oh, that's a big call.
Well, it's a show of confidence from the Warriors pack. Sazi Sandy, the man penalised last time around.
One early. Yeah, I've got it. There's no issue. One's early, 18 to the knee. Let's fix it.
It's a fantastic opportunity to show all the different aspects of rugby. This match has had it all. We've had the wide-out drives, we've had the physical game up front, we've had contested line-out drives, big scrums, one or two small heated exchanges, but nothing too much more than handbags. And here we are, a couple of minutes to go. Will it be decided by a big clash of the forwards?
Another Glasgow Warriors penalty. And there could be further punishment, perhaps just a warning.
Don't need you, Rock. Okay, so we've got one early and then two to the knee by this player. Okay.
Carl Stain jogging in here to try and have some sort of influence on the referee. Ask the question.
Yeah, it's absolutely clear on their side as well. Yeah, mate, I've got no issue. Otherwise, Ross will call.
And Marvin Ori showing some good leadership for a young guy, having a conversation with the referee, asking for a little bit of time to explain that. Stormers scrum under pressure here. They don't have their Springbok front rowers, Frans Malherbe and Stephen Kitsoff, although they will be heading off to different pastures in the future. Still with the Stormers for the rest of this season, and certainly the bedrock of an outstanding scrum platform. Brock Harris, lots of experience, but he's under pressure now.
An intense finish at Scotstoun. Price goes in. Tui Pilotu with the step off that left foot. He's held up. Price now searches out help from Vailanu. He's desperately orchestrating the forwards into the right positions, the scrum half. And does so once again.
Another big hit from Ori.
Turner wants it and gets it. Glasgow Warriors 5 metres out. Vailanu charges in. Now Miotti, wide they go, but the pass is well behind. Stain has to pick up. Gets round the first attempted tacklers. But Glasgow have lost major territory there. Dempsey, we're down to the final 2 minutes. Nice ball back in field that finds Ollie Smith. Price, quick hands, come from Jones to Stain. Now Bergen. The direct approach from him. Dempsey. Explosive from Dempsey. Warriors back into the 22. Tui Pilotu with a kick through. How well is that measured? It's perfect. It's Katsuyeri. And perhaps the perfect way to win a game. Katsuyeri with his second try of the game. And if the Glasgow Warriors can hang on to this in what has been a classic encounter, it could be the biggest statement win under Franco Smith. This is the United Rugby Championship, and this is the highest quality rugby you will see.
I was just about to say, do you kick the ball away and give possession away, or do you keep hold of it and just try and work away? But this is Sione Tuipulotu. He is so dangerous with that boot. He's done it so many times this season, known for his carrier, known for his ability to break the tackle. But look at that, what a deft touch just to put it on the boot. And that's outstanding. And look at that, look what it means to this Warriors crowd. Sebs Cancelliere is celebrating down there with the fans. Oh, it's been an evening of rugby, gentlemen.
Absolutely outstanding finish there from the combination of those two, who've actually worked well today. You know, a couple of the round the back passes and the loops. Cancelliere chasing everything, chasing the most important kick of the match.
Well, it's going to win the game because we are over time. It's also secured the bonus point. Miotti adds the extras. Well, what a game! What a game of rugby! It has been absolutely outstanding here at Scotstoun Stadium. I have to say, we topped it up, and sometimes you can overcook it, but the players lived up to that.